What's up, everybody? It's your boy JP
and David
back at it again with another podcast, Bros Before Shows.
Right.
So we have another TV show that we're about to do now. It's gonna be the Mandalorian season 3. So we're really excited to dive into this one. It's been a while. I think Mandalorian is my favorite Star Wars TV show so far. What about yours?
Oh yeah, for sure. I like Obi-Wan just because of the battles and such. You know, it's a Jedi one. But right now, Mandalorian is kind of like throughout all of them in a way.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Book of Boba Fett was okay. I feel like, you know, the Mandalorian stole the show when he, you know, guest starred in it.
Yeah.
And we also had what's called Andor.
Yeah.
How do you like that one?
That one, I mean, in a sense, Andor it's definitely more like it builds the world, but since it's before the rebellion.
Yeah.
It's kind of like far in the past, so it really has nothing to do with Mandalorian. I feel like the Mandalorian really is setting up. It's like the anchor for all these shows that are going to come out. Like we know, of course, we had the. It's kind of
being like the Flashverse or the Arrowverse. I mean, the Arrowverse.
Yes. Like they already showed Ahsoka Tano. They showed like the Mandalorians from like the Clone Wars cartoon.
Yeah.
So a lot of those characters are there too. So I think Ahsoka Tano is getting her own show as well. So it kind of stems from the Mandalorian. So that's really cool.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see our little guest star Grogu over here.
Yeah.
You can't wait to talk about this episode with you guys.
I think this is like the closest one to the actual one from the show, right?
Yeah, even with the hair and everything.
Yeah.
Weird. But yeah, quick shout out to our sponsor, OrganicPriceBooks.com.
That's right. If you've never been there before, check these guys out. They have the best comics, graphic novels, statues, shirts, stuff like that. At amazing deals, and they're letting us use their studio. So
yeah, exactly. I could vouch for them. All right, so let's dive deep into episode 1 of Mandalorian, season 3. You can start it off.
All right, so season 3 starts off in a sense. It's kind of like a I don't want to call it like a direct recap of the end of Book of Boba Fett, but it kind of does. If you saw the Book of Boba Fett, like he talks about showing his helmet. Or taking off his helmet, and like that's to the Mandalorian. That's not the way. So the armor maker basically says, you have to go to the waters of Mandalore to cleanse yourself to be able to call yourself a Mandalorian again. And you kind of see a little bit of like the ritual on that whenever like that little kid she makes that helmet for the kid, and she's giving it to him in the water. So they definitely have like an almost like. I know it's a way of life, but it's very religious to them as well. Yeah, like they have very specific ways to do the helmets, to make stuff, to like present that to them, and like we kind of get to see that here a little bit. Yeah. I was surprised there was that many Mandalorians still. Oh
yeah, because they say that a lot of them died out or something like that. Yeah, but I guess they were just in hiding.
Yeah, that's true. I originally thought this was their world, but obviously it's not. And then you see that like big alligator come out of the water and snap at them. And they're fighting it. They're losing pretty bad.
Yeah, they got wrecked. I was like, okay, all these Mandalorians are like hardened warriors, but they didn't clap by an alligator.
Yeah. And then you see, of course, our friend Mando. I mean, what's his name? His name is Djarin. I think Din Djarin. His name is Din Djarin. They really never use it. Almost none of them use it. They just call him the Mandalorian. Yeah. He comes in with his new ship, which, of course, if you saw the Book of Boba Fett, they kind of show how he got the ship, which. Hands down is my favorite part of the show right now. That shit is so badass. Yeah, it comes in so fast, and like he kills the alligator thing.
Yeah, one-shotted it.
Yeah,
like, this is how you're supposed to be a Mandalorian.
And that's where we see like again they repeat that same scene of I took off my mask and you need to go. That was in the Book of Boba Fett, just in a different location. So I know they did it for the show to recap, but I felt like if you're following the show, you already know that, so we don't really need it. But again, like you had mentioned, this is really just setting up the rest of the season.
Yeah, exactly. So when he did take off back to space to go, what was the place to go visit the Mandalorian hometown? Whatever it's called?
Mandalore? Yeah.
Yeah, Mandalore. Before he even was in there, how he was asleep inside that little time jump thing.
And Grogu see those whales in hyperspace?
Yeah, so do you know what those are?
I know they're part of the Star Wars universe, and I'll have to find out. I'll find out, and I'll let you guys know next time. But so I have this huge, giant book of Star Wars like creatures. That I got like a long time ago, and in it is like information on that. But of course,
like all the lore.
Yeah, that was before Disney bought them out, so a lot of that stuff is unfortunately not canon anymore. But I think they talk about like hyperspace whales that live and they're like force sensitive and stuff. Like that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yes. So maybe only Grogu could see it since he is force sensitive, and nobody else who can't wouldn't see them.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I'll find out for you guys. I'll let you know for sure for I guess next episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then that's interesting. I like how they're adding these things that like we
more
probably
force stuff.
Yeah, we're not probably going to get to know it. It's just kind of like the unknown of Star Wars, which is cool. Like I think that's one of my favorite parts about the whole Star Wars series coming out with Disney Plus is that we get so much more of the world building.
That's true.
All these species we've never seen before.
Yeah.
When Mando gets, or when he gets to that Navarro, which is the world that started off in the first season, where now we see that it's bustling all that those little aliens.
Yeah. Basically, everything you can think of is there now.
Yeah, we've never seen those, so it's really cool how they're world building with all these shows together, and I think as a Star Wars fans, that's great for us.
I think one of my favorite parts is when they got to Navarro, he's talking to the, High Mayor?
High Magistrate, yeah.
Yeah, High Magistrate in his office. Grogu was just using the Force to spin the chair around.
To steal Skittles or M&Ms.
Yeah. I was like, do they already know that he could do that stuff now? Like, because it didn't really bother them at all, especially the High Magistrate. Because usually somebody with the Force is, like, of high value.
Yeah, you're right. I think obviously, so this is after the Empire's like fallen in a way. So they know that a Jedi did it most likely, and they know Luke is looking for students. So they probably know about it and are more accepting about it than before.
Yeah,
they haven't really explained that too much about that. Really, it's been more about just like Mando. Yeah. So maybe with Ahsoka we can get more information on like the whole aspect of Jedis now being accepted by everybody. Yeah, how's that going to work? That's actually a really interesting perspective to see. But you're right, yeah. And then we see, of course, like there's some issue with some pirates that are kind of blackmailing the High Magistrate, and him and Mando take him out.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because they always do like this. What's it called? Cowboy style.
Yeah,
quick draw.
Very Western. Yeah,
yeah. But there we go.
Which is funny because you think of Western, you think of cowboys and such, but it's all like space cowboys, and Star Wars is really more like a space drama. Like it has cowboy stuff like that.
Exactly.
But anyway, so he wants to get his purpose is to get back to Mandalore and to bathe in the waters or whatever to be clean again. But to do that, he has to get into to go to the planet, and so he's trying to get help right now, and so he wants to get the robot IG-11, which. If you remember, I think season 2 is where he kills, right, where he dies, right?
Yeah, he got self-destructed.
Yeah, he did that protecting Grogu. So he wants to, bring him back because it's robot he trusts.
Yeah, now before that, it's like, okay, remember in the first season, he hated droids.
Yeah.
No droids at all. Now he knows how to repair them.
Yeah.
Which is surprising, because I wouldn't think that he would know how to repair droids because he hates them so much. And now you can see his transition from a hardened warrior to more of like a fodder figure, like accepting stuff now.
Yeah, I've actually really liked his character development from season 1 to now. Like even in the book of Mandalore, when he's helping that girl build a ship, like he's instead of just like being very standoffish, he's like helping her. He's building the ship himself.
Yeah,
he's getting help from the droids and stuff like that. So he's definitely matured and developed as a character. And like you said, his biggest, of course, change is now how his fatherly role towards Grogu.
Yeah.
And before he didn't know what to do with him, but now it's like, it's his son. He's like, let's go.
It's my child. It's kind of funny. Like every time he exits the ship, walks to the ship, whatever, he's like, whatever. Grogu knows what to do. He's gonna go in there by himself.
I still like how they still have Grogu in that little like ship thing.
Yeah.
So like I would be like, get on my shoulder, like a Pokemon.
And just floating around.
Yeah. Okay, so then. After that, he leaves to go. They say basically they can't fix the new little alien that I've never seen.
Yeah.
Basically, tell them that they need a new memory chip for the assassin.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'll go find it, and he leaves. And then when he's leaving, these pirates, I guess they're upset that he killed his friends.
Yeah.
So they do a space battle. That was cool. I actually really enjoyed
I like that asteroid space fight and everything. That was how he was like hiding behind asteroids waiting to pop out.
Yeah,
that was really neat.
That's definitely one of the for guys. It's like the childhood thing, like spaceships, yay! Oh my god!
Reminded me a lot of like Galactus or whatever it's called, that the arcade game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and he was wiping the floor with them, bro. That ship is so cool. That was my favorite thing. Like I said, if you don't know, that's based out of a Naboo starfighter from Episode 1, where they're like these golden ships. I remember playing Squadron or Rogue Squadron on my Nintendo 64 and picking the Naboo starfighters because they were like super fast. And so seeing him pick that kind of body basically to make his ship was like, oh man, I was so happy for that.
Nostalgic.
Yeah, very nostalgic, and I'm really really glad that they're bringing back all these little references to the movies that you get to see. So seeing that Naboo starfighter, is a real treat for me.
Yeah,
I was like super giddy when he was fighting them and just destroying these guys. And then he runs, I guess, into the big boss for the pirates, which is this guy that looks like Swamp Thing, basically.
Yeah, he looks like the captain from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, there we go.
Captain, whatever it was.
He even had a game, yeah.
Yeah.
And so this guy's like, I guess he wants to take, either he tells him to give up his ship, and then Mando's like, no, Nos. He hits the Nos and he takes off.
And I like how he's also teaching Grogu things.
Yeah.
As he's like, no, this is how you fly a ship. You never trust pirates and stuff like that. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Again, very fatherly. Now in a more mentor role.
Yeah.
And definitely, I think it's my favorite change for him. I hope it doesn't come back to bite him in the butt.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to see where the season goes. I know for sure the pirates. I think they're setting that up to be a big issue later on for him.
Yes.
But he finally goes towards, a Mandalore fortress where he meets Bo-Katan, which was, if you remember from season 2, she is basically she was the leader of the remaining Mandalorians who weren't part of the Way.
Yeah.
And then she's like alone. Basically, everybody left her
sitting on the throne.
Yeah, and they basically said, since you have the sword, you're the leader, and nobody respects me. And it kind of shows you, again, the whole aspect for Mandalore is, I guess there was different sects or, organizations, and, the Way never took off their helmets, but other Mandalores were like, no, we're fine with it. We don't
different factions. There you go.
And then she's like, your guys, I don't know what they're called, but your guys destroyed Mandalore, and that's why we fractured and split up. So she's kind of, she looks like she's mad at him. Just the whole aspect of him having the sword.
Yeah, just upset about just the Mando way in general.
Yeah.
So and that's exciting because who knows, as he goes throughout this adventure and base and everything, maybe he starts his own Mandalorian faction, whatever, down the road.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because she did call him a fool for still following them and their traditions and stuff like that. And he's been changing a lot with Grogu, taking off his helmet and stuff like that. So he can start a different path.
Yeah,
because he could lead them now because he has a dark saber.
Yeah, that's true, and I think I think he's going to have to break out of his ways.
Yes.
To especially now with Grogu, because I have a feeling again, this is my hope of hope is that Grogu gets a Mandalore armor as well. That would be so cool. But I think they're going to be oh no, it has to be a human, and he's going to fight or okay, well I'm going to start my own Mandalore way kind of thing. But right now, basically, since he's the holder of the dark saber, he's kind of the de facto leader for the Mandalores.
Yeah.
And so he really hasn't accepted that role either.
Yeah.
I feel even when he was training when you see it in the Book of Boba Fett, he doesn't use the saber because he doesn't know how to use it. And even the armor maker was it's all about your will.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, if you don't control the weapon, then it's going to feel heavy on you.
Yeah.
If you do, it'll feel light. So I really hope he starts to focus on doing that as well, becoming a leader.
Yeah.
Because he's done the father aspect. He's definitely expanded how he thinks about droids.
Yeah.
And now becoming a leader of maybe a whole planet. Maybe that's what he's leading up to.
Yeah. It'll be really cool to see more sabers in action.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of guns, but seeing the sabers really, really neat.
Yeah, because the Empire basically blew up, or not blew up, but they bombarded the surface of Mandalore. So it would be cool to see who's living there now. Maybe it is a Sith, maybe a Sith Jedi or something, and he has to fight him with the sword. That would be really cool. Yeah. So this episode definitely was setting things up. There wasn't like a lot that progressed the story, just besides, I'm going to go to Mandalore to make myself clean.
Yeah.
So, again, just building the foundation for this season. There were some parts that were good. Some of the stuff that, if you watch the show, it's extra stuff you don't need.
Yeah, it was entertaining, but it was pretty short. I was like, wow, that's it?
Yeah.
Because we transitioned over from The Last of Us, which is always an hour. So now this one was like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Not even, you have like credits, intro, and all that stuff. So 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I would give this episode I'll give it probably just a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Only because there's just not much going on right now.
Yeah.
It's just world building. It's not like, this is so epic, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, it's just a 6 out of 10 for me. It's like, just a starter episode.
Yeah, I would give it a 7 out of 10 again. Things I liked, of course, the space fighting, seeing basically all the people that we, like from the show come back and make some cameos, like the guy from season 1, the High Magistrate.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like, it's just setting things up, so it's more like just building the foundation for this season. Not a lot of excitement going on besides like the starship, little pockets here and there, but again, just a lot of talking and recapping from last season and stuff like that.
My favorite part will still be Grogu, spinning his chair around. Like, imagine just having a force ability you use it to spin your chair around.
Yeah, I really do want him to start doing more, like, I mean, of course he's not doing the full Jedi way, so he's not going to be like super strong, but still like using the force to help him in a fight. Like, send me a guy's like pointing at him and he'll like flick his, like, guy's like, oh no, something like that. That would be cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see how that develops for both of them. I'm most excited, like you said, to see him use the Darksaber and just to see how Grogu starts using his powers as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Really exciting stuff. Looking forward to this season.
Yeah.
Even though the first episode's okay, I mean, it's building up. The season always gets a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah.
It never disappointed so far.
Yeah. So, keep an eye out for the next season show that comes out. When are they taking out? It's every week still, right?
Yeah, every week. It should be every Thursday, right?
Yeah, because this last one was Thursday. So, yeah, every Thursday. So keep an eye out for that. And then check out our other episodes for The Last of Us, which are every Monday.
Yep.
Because the show comes on Sunday. We're also going to have our Ant-Man review coming up soon.
Yep.
And then what movie? There's a movie coming out in March.
There is?
Shazam? When does Shazam come out?
Shazam comes out maybe at the end of March. Shazam comes out at the end of March.
Okay, so then basically,
So we're probably going to review Creed.
Hey, let's go watch Creed. There's Flash coming out. No, Flash comes out in May.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good movies coming out there. So we'll have a good time.
Yeah. But yeah, keep an eye out. Subscribe to us. We're on Spotify, on Amazon Music,
Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff.
YouTube as well. If you want to watch us, interact here.
And if you saw some Easter eggs, definitely let us know in the comments down below.
Yeah, or give us a shout out, leave notes, and we'll address them later on. All right.
All right, guys.
Later, guys.
Thanks for watching the episode, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.